Everyone, this is Jose Trujillo. I'm an artist, and today's message is who do you let in your space? Okay? Your space is not just your physical space, but your mental space, your emotional space, your intellectual space. Who are you letting in your space? As an artist, we tend to have many times odds against us because it has been tradition, and this is just popular belief. This is not true, but it is popular belief, so we think it's true. That artists are very emotional, passionate, sentimental, and all this stuff. No, that's just someone who's lazy. That's very different. Now, do we get passionate about the work? Do we get inspired about the work? Yes, we do. But as I mentioned in other videos, the work has to be paired with that passion, right? The emotion, your heart, everything you feel about work, about your artwork, has to have the horses, leading that. So what I'm trying to say is that it's the idea that we are this passionate, kind of like, we go through our emotions. That's a bunch of BS. Don't believe that stuff. And people tend to talk about that. I don't know for what reason they tend to pass that, silly thing around, and I just forget about that. Don't even. And next time someone's like, "Oh, you're an emotional artist," and blah blah blah, I'll be like, "No, thank you. I'm not that. I'm an artist, yes, but I'm not. Trust me, it'll help you." So, who do you let in your space? Okay, so because we have this belief that we're this emotional people, we tend to let kind of, just about anyone, I even hear people say, artists say, "Oh, please critique my work," I understand most people don't know that, but you don't need no one to be saying, "Well, you need help here." And people are always like, "Oh, there's constructive criticism." I can accept that. Yeah, but you want to make sure who and where you're getting it and what is the reason. It's not that black and white. It really isn't. It's more because you really trust that person and that person wants the best for you, not because that it's a whole other thing. I tend not to go for that one because most people if they see that you're doing something great, they tend to go, "Well, I would do it like this, and I would do it like so." Kind of like when we see boxers, we see a boxing match, and everyone's like, "Oh, how stupid he was! I would have done this, I would have done that." Yeah, you're not there in the ring. You're screaming from outside. Besides, what do you know about boxing? So okay, so that's one aspect. The other one is all the digital stuff, all the stuff, the news. What are you listening to? What is that? What are you listening to on the radio? You hear all these people always talking about the gurus out there, right? And they're right. If you get on your car, you better, all this time you're driving around, put something awesome. I mean, if you're at home and you're working, you're painting, put some of these videos. You don't have to put mine, but put something that helps you, something that motivates you, that helps you get to the next, steps, and it cultivates that positive vibration, that good awareness, that good stuff, the good juice. So another thing is your acquaintances, your friends. Many people are acquaintances, and these people we kind of tend to brush off if we don't like what they're talking about or what they're trying to say to us. Many people are like, "Oh, you're an artist, good luck with that." How many times have you heard that one? Or you're an artist, do you have a backup job? All that kind of BS, right? If I had a backup job, then that means I'm not really committed, so I don't know what to tell you. Burn the boats, but do it right. You have to be committed. You can't just do it without commitment. So we get around even friends and family, right? We're like, "Oh, I'm gonna go hang out with so and so." Make sure that it's bits and pieces. If they're not, see, the whole thing is that we have to take care of our space, not just who you're around physically. The parties you go to, people you hang out with, even the people you live with. You have to be on the same page. You have to have some sort of agreement that you are on this quest, whatever that is, and people have to be there with you. And if they're not there with you, you have to include them. And you have to commit so that they see that you are serious and it's not some BS stuff. And another one of your things that you're trying and see if it sticks or not on the wall. No, that you're committed. So when you're with your friends and family and whatnot, make sure that you know when you're sharing your stuff, if you're sharing it with the right people, if you're not, for the most part, we tend to overshare as artists. We tend to overtalk, and not just artists. Anyone that wants something in the beginning, we overtalk and we overshare, and we're like, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that, and blah blah. And sometimes people tend to just kind of like be like, yeah, really? Are you? Oh, good for you. Kind of, just make you feel kind of like you're not gonna do it because they know you. They know you're the type of character you have, the person you are. Maybe you're not. Maybe you don't stick to stuff in the past or whatever. You were growing up and whatnot, and people tend to go, "Oh yeah, he's not gonna do it," or she. Maybe because they gave up, they try to impose that belief on you. So you got to be very careful, very, very careful. And this doesn't mean that you have to confront and fight everyone. It means that you have to remove yourself from that so that they don't enter your space. They don't enter your space physically and mentally. Be careful with news. If you're watching news, politics, I understand we have to be informed as people, but you got to be careful of the stuff you're listening to because it will change your mood. The music you're listening to, all of that stuff, it will mess with your emotions. It will mess with your mood. And if it messes with your head, it'll start messing. Sooner or later, more sooner than later, it'll start messing with your actions. Okay? Because emotion, first it comes through the mind, then it messes with your emotions, and then it messes with your action. Okay? So we have to be very careful what's in our space. This is like an antenna. It's a receptor. It's like an antenna. Our mind, we capture something and then it messes with how we feel about stuff. And depending on how we feel about stuff is how we project with our actions. In our case, we're artists with our hands. So be very careful who you let in your space, okay? I'll leave you with that. I hope I didn't confuse anybody with my rambling. Take care. My name is Jose Trujillo. I'm an artist and I believe in you. I know we all have something to share in this world. I know we do. Take care.